Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here on USB Unaffiliated Sports Broadcast. I'm super glad you guys can be here. Hey, few things. If you look down there at the bottom, we got some upcoming schedules. I do need to make a caveat to that. I didn't get a chance to update it, but Wednesday's interview is going to have to be pushed to Thursday. Rookie bonehead mistake. I double booked myself. My kid's got something that I got to get her to tomorrow. So we're going to have to push that one to Thursday. So it should still work out. So everything on there should be accurate to the best of my knowledge, except for Wednesday, Jackson Jensen's interview. We're going to have to push that another day. Other than that, all that should be all that should be good. So hey, listen, I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope you guys uh, were able to catch that volleyball game. At least I was unable to make it to that, so hopefully somebody was able to catch that, get out there and support those guys, those gals, excuse me, for Deseret Peak. And I know we've also got the ladies soccer team out on the road today, so hopefully they were successful. They started at 7, so that one's probably either wrapping up or just got over. But the volleyball game started at 6:30, so hopefully they were successful. We'll check in on that probably after we get through with this interview. But we already got some people in the chat. I love it. So today's guest, I'm super excited to talk to. And the biggest reason that I'm super excited to talk to him is one, he's been supporting what we do here since the early stages. He was super helpful in I had some questions that first football season when we were trying to do the senior salute stuff, and I wasn't really sure like who to contact appropriately at that time, right? So I was just like trying to figure it out, and he really did me a solid and helped me get the information I was looking for so that I could represent his team right. So I'm super excited to be able to show him some love as we move into this, right? And so I'm super excited for that, but I'm also really excited to have this young man on because he is going to be our first non-skill player in the sense of like, wide receiver, running back, things like that we've had the opportunity to talk to. He's literally a part of the he's a vertebrae in the spine that makes up every team, every football team. Linemen are the most underappreciated people on the I guess you could say, what's the word, the popular scale, right? They don't get enough credit for what they do, and the truth is though is that nothing happens without them. I mean, it's plain and simple. Nothing will happen without them. You can't have a good rushing attack if your line's not doing good, and the same on the defensive side, right? You can't stop the other team from running it down your throat all the time if you don't have a good defensive line. So I'm super excited to be able to get a lineman on here and get their perspective. And yeah, man, I think it's going to be a great interview. So keep it going in the chat. Looks like, man, he's got a lot of followers out there already. So that's pretty awesome. Let's see if we can't get this young man some more and get him on. So, folks, without any further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the interview today. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our guest this evening, um, number 52, Ryker Ballard for Tooele, Utah, right guard, offensive lineman. Young man, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Doing well, man. I'm doing well. So, first things first, did you eat?
I did. I did eat.
Okay, because I know you're joining us. You're joining us after practice here, and I know it's late. You guys burn a lot of energy, and I definitely want to make sure that you guys get some food in you. That's really important for what you guys do. So, okay, cool, man. Well, thank you for doing this. We've kind of
Yes,
been
thank
working it.
you.
Yeah, man, we've been working it for a few days, just trying to get everything hashed out. And I know I've kind of been everywhere, and I know you got a lot going on. So I greatly appreciate you taking time out of your day to get out there and do that, man. I'm gonna pause for a second. You've got you've got more people in the chat than any live interview we've ever done. I don't know if you know that. No, it's
I did
super
not know.
awesome. It's super awesome, man. You must be a very well liked young man with your school.
I suppose.
Yeah, very humble, very humble. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Some things we might not know from a stat line.
I'm a huge football guy. Uh, I've loved the sport for many, many years, probably since I was as young as my dad could get me into the sport. He showed me Utah games, and I fell in love with it a lot, and I love the competitiveness and the aggressiveness the sport brought. And I thought, why not try it when I was young? And my first year ever playing football, I loved it so much, and this was something that I knew that I wanted to continue on with my life, and maybe even go greater into it. Maybe go play college, or we'll see. Well, hopefully it comes out great, But
Okay, well, I mean, so Max Preps has you listed at 6'4", 220 pounds. Is that pretty accurate?
yeah, that's
Oh,
accurate.
okay, so I mean, just base it off that. I mean, and to be fair, I haven't seen a ton. Okay, but what I have been able to see of your play, I think it's definitely a possibility for you, man. I mean, you definitely got some good sides about you. And from what I remember seeing, which again, take that with a grain of salt, there wasn't a whole lot. I felt like you did a pretty dang good job. Your team put up a ton of rushing yards last year, and that doesn't happen if you can't get linemen doing their job. So I'm sure you're doing a fine job there. So that's really awesome, man.
Yeah, thank you.
So before we move forward, though, into talking about this upcoming season, right? We have to address what I would call is the elephant in the room, and to me that's the fact that your team kind of struggled last year. Um, eh, Sorry, I'm looking at the live stream and it doesn't look like it's got your graphic up there, and I want to make sure that gets up there, but it's irrelevant. We'll get back to that. I'm sorry. So the elephant in the
I think
room
you're good.
is, to me, is that your team seemed to struggle a little bit last season, obviously, right? And you guys had aspects of greatness, but it never seemed to really translate to the win category for you guys. So as you move into your senior year with the team, right? What is one of the biggest things you've learned from those hardships?
We just got to keep our heads up. We're sick of losing. We've hated it. We talk about how we hate losing, and those past few years we've never really enforced why we hate losing. And this year we've definitely brought that into a factor, with our coaches putting a few of us players, including myself, into a leadership council. We've pretty much come together and analyzed our season from last year, and we want to completely avoid all of the bad mindset that we had from last year and fix it into this year, and to players to come throughout many years of Tooele High School. And like I said, we're sick of losing, and we want to change the culture of Tooele. We want to change the way people think about Tooele. And so far, with the staff and us as a team, we've definitely so far changed a lot of it, and we are definitely, I can promise you, we are looking a lot better than we were these past few years.
Okay, okay. Quick question: Are you using like earbuds or anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay, all right. You're just kind of cutting in and out a little bit. I think we're still getting you. I think you're still good. I just want to see if maybe that might be what we got going on. No big deal, but we can still hear you. I just want to make sure that it's good. In fact, guys in the chat, if you can't hear him, let me know. We'll see what we can do, because that was a fantastic answer to that question, man. Um, it's definitely it's hard to get out of that rut, and I think it's even harder when you have to admit those things to yourselves, right? Um, no, I really like that answer, man. What was it about the losing that you hated so much?
We hated the feeling. Every game it was like, when we lose, we hated it. There was no joy. We started getting frustrated with each other. We started, there was fights amongst ourselves that was hard, and we were all sick of that as well. And so when we would win those games, we felt good. We felt like a good team. We felt like a brotherhood. And last year when week one, when we faced Cyprus and absolutely blew them out of the water, we all felt good about ourselves. We felt confident going into week 2 against Uinta, and then we lost to Uinta, and it changed again, and it struggled for us, and we just did not like that, and we did not like the fact that us as brothers were fighting so much amongst ourselves, and so we wanted to change that as well.
So I mean, in your opinion, what do you think changed then from that opening game to moving on? What do you think it was that changed?
Um, I'm sorry, I'm a little confused by that question. Sorry.
Well, so you said in the first game, like you guys were on cloud nine, right? You guys come out, you start off really strong, um, and then you said it kind of changed after that. What was it you think really? Was there something that maybe you can pinpoint that you feel like maybe changed that kind of sent you guys down the wrong direction after being on that high?
Um, after we beat Cyprus, we felt really good. We felt like when we were going to go up to Uinta, we felt like we were going to steamroll them as well. And then we all had that confidence. And then when we lost against Uinta, we all just blamed each other. We all got frustrated with each other. And then from that moment on, it kind of just carried on throughout the season of like that little bit of hatred towards each other that didn't feel like a team and that didn't feel good amongst any of us. And it was like I said, it was very hard, and it like every year we always think like, oh, we're going to be a better team, we're going to be a better team, and then it gets to the same rut, and it goes downhill from there.
Okay, so it just kind of just compounded and spiraled. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, seriously, man, like fantastic answer because again, like one of the hardest things to do is admit the shortcomings, right? And own up to it and then bounce back. And it sounds like you guys are very aware of what those shortcomings were, and I imagine you guys are working hard to probably implement some changes in that, and that's very promising, man. So that's fantastic. That absolutely fantastic. So
Thank you. Thank you.
I really believe that linemen are the unsung heroes for every team. I really do. They never really get the praise, but they always kind of get the blame, right? Everybody knows that they're important, but they don't really showcase it. And to be fair, it's kind of hard. Like, doing this podcast, it's hard to talk about linemen because we don't have stats that we can go at, right? So basically, you're just like, well, the quarterback only got sacked once, or oh, they had a 300-yard rushing game, but if they were all to the outside, it doesn't necessarily mean the lineman didn't do anything. It's just maybe they got a shifty runner, right? And so it's really hard to like pinpoint things to kind of highlight it. But you guys truly are the backbone of every team. And I don't care what anybody says. You guys truly are the backbone of every team. And so how do you keep your head right being a lineman when those situations arise where you're the first to be blamed? Like if anything goes, oh, the line didn't do their job. I'm sure you've heard it probably 100 times, right? How do you keep
Right.
your head? How do you keep your head about you?
We drain out the outside noise. I kind of taught the rest of the linemen this, or told them, as I should say, be a goldfish. The reason why I say be a goldfish is because a goldfish has a 10-second memory. After every 10 seconds, it forgets, and it carries on. It fixes itself, as you could say. That's what I told the line. Don't worry about what other people have to think. Just forget about that play. Fix it the next. Drain the outside noise. Even if it's amongst the running backs who are blaming us, fix it, drain it, and just move on. As a lineman, you can't be held back with with all that negative talk, because if you're held back with all that negative talk, you're not gonna move the team forward. It's just gonna
Sure.
keep the team at a halt, and it's gonna struggle. So,
Do you feel like your teammates have been pretty? Excuse me. Do you feel like they've been pretty receptive towards that, or have you kind of encountered some roadblocks and maybe trying to get that message across?
oh no, it's been going really well. Like whenever we have a messed up play during practice, the next play it's a touchdown play. Like it's us as an O line, we've come together and we've um, we've connected together to figure out what is best. And we all click. We all know what we're supposed to do together, and it's great. I don't think that we've really had arguments among us as an old line. Not very much throughout the entire season. And last season there was a lot of arguments amongst the linemen at the beginning of the season, but this year it's definitely looked a lot better amongst it all.
That's good, man. That's really promising to hear because leading into my next question here, right? Because last year you guys put up a ton of rushing yards, 3,190 according to Max Preps, and that's what you guys put up as a team. And I know that doesn't happen unless you've got good blocking going on somewhere, and generally that's within the line, right? Like you got to get those good runners the opportunity to do what they do in space, right? Um, what did you guys do so well in your opinion? Because I mean, you said there was a bit more arguing than you would have liked for sure, right? But what is it that you guys did so well in your opinion as a line that helped that kind of become a reality for your team?
Um, even though we had those arguments, we were still able to get together during a game or during a practice, and we were able to fix it in a huddle or on the sideline. And we would talk about the plays, we'd figure it out. Like there was a lot of times where we even had to use water bottles from our water station to fix plays. And then when we go back out onto the field and we're running that same play we talked about, it's going great. We execute the play well, we're getting our block assignments well, and it's a lot of us talked through it. No matter if we argued or not, we did talk through it when we fixed a lot of it, and that's what helped us receive so much yards, and helped us throughout the season, honestly. But
Well, that's good, man. I mean, like, even though you guys had some problems, it sounds like there was still a lot of building aspects moving into the next season that clearly you guys are working on and addressing. So, if you were able to do that with those problems, I cannot wait to see what you guys do with better cohesion and understanding. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. So,
oh yeah.
so 6'4", 220 pounds. Are are your parents big like that, or are you just kind of like the Yao Ming test tube baby?
Um, my mom and dad are pretty tall. My mom is 6 foot. I don't know her weight, and then my dad
You
is six
shouldn't
foot
say it,
nine.
even if you do. You shouldn't say it, man. Lesson in
Yeah,
life there. Don't even ask. No, no.
yeah.
And your dad is how tall? You
But
said?
yeah, 6 foot nine.
Holy smokes, man! So you might even have another growth spurt in
I hope.
you.
I hope.
Shoot, man. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, what is something you think gets overlooked about linemen in particular?
Oh, a lot of things. Every time there's a touchdown, they always cheer on the running back. They always cheer on the receiver, the quarterback. It's never, hey, look at who created those rushing yards. Look at look who was able to get that person into the end zone. There's not much look into any of that. And and I will admit it's a little bit draining on the linemen. We have to sit there and listen to, the running back being cheered on, just
Sure,
sprinting forward with the ball instead of the line who, are risking a lot to get them there.
sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm guilty of that too. I covered a lot of your guys's run rushing yards in particular, and a lot of the post game stuff that we would do. Because to me, it was the easiest thing to kind of talk about, right? And yeah, like I'm definitely guilty of it too. You know what I mean? I think from the outside perspective, it's just more one of those things like that's kind of what brings people, and but it's not necessarily what keeps the lights on. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Right. Right.
So yeah, no, man, I could totally understand that frustration, and I'll promise you this: I will definitely try to be better for all the schools that we covered. Um, I'll definitely try to be better in acknowledging that because again, I've fallen short on that. You know, because you're absolutely right. You guys are a huge component of that, and it's easy to overlook that effort that you guys do. It's really easy. So, great answer, man. Great answer. So, I think this will be the last question I got about last season. All right, because I know it was rough. I don't want to beat a dead horse there. You know, but looking back at last season, what was a game that you think your team played their absolute best team football, regardless of if you guys won or lost, and why is that?
Pineview. Pineview, we lost by, I think it was 2 points. Yeah, it was 2 points. The year prior to us facing Pineview last year, we went down to St. George and played Pineview, and we got steamrolled. Like, it was bad. And then last year we faced Pineview again, and we had that anger. We had a lot of it, and we wanted to piss off that tight end oh my gosh, Brock Harris. We wanted to piss him off, and we wanted to beat them real bad. And it was a dang good game, really close. Final 2 seconds in the game, we were about to go for a field goal. We had a really great kicker. He was accurate almost 99% of the time. And they put Brock Harris on that defensive line, and he blocked us out of the game-winning field goal. And it was a little rough, but amongst us as a team and amongst the fans and the coaches, they all agreed that this was like the best game they have ever seen. And it was really fun to watch, and it was super close, and it was exciting.
Right on, man. So I kind of lied. I do have one more question about last season. In a way, it's actually kind of yeah. I'll just get into it. So I guess it's really just an all around question. Do you prefer run blocking or pass blocking? Which, if you had the choice, which one would you rather do?
Oh, I for me, I honestly really loved the wing tee. I really did, because it got me to pull and scare the crap out of corners, safeties, linebackers. Like, it was fun. It was really fun to watch and fun to be on the field, to hear all the people saying a lot of things about, oh, they hate wing tee, and cussing up a storm about everything. And it was honestly fun. And but yeah, I say wing tee was probably my favorite. I was able to pull a lot, no matter, even though it was pretty tiring. It was really fun.
Sure,
So
sure. Right on, man. Right on. Okay, so moving into this current season, enough about the past, Hakuna Matata or whatever the zebra said in Lion King. Okay, this year you guys get a new head coach, and I'm assuming there's new assistant coaches as well. I did recognize a couple games or a couple of the names. Excuse me. One of the coaches for your staff. I got a lot of love for that guy. And then you got another one that I actually went to high school with. He was a heck of an athlete back then, and I'm sure he's a great addition to your team. Um, how do you feel about the changes as a senior, and what has stood out the most to you?
I have a love and hate relationship with it. The reason why I hate it is because with this new coaching staff, I wish I wasn't a senior. I wish I was either a sophomore or a freshman. I really do. Because this new coaching staff that we have is super energetic. They're super fun to be with, and all around teaching me so much more than I've ever learned before. And, I wish, like I said, I really wish I was younger to be a part of this coaching staff longer than I am right now. And what has stood out to me the most is that the amount of uh, discipline, respect, and effort these coaches give to us as players. They have that high expectation for us, and we love it. We want to have that high expectation because it wants us to work harder amongst ourselves at practice and during games, whether it's a win or a lose. And, you know, I I truly love this coaching staff. They bring a lot to the table, and it's super energetic and fun, and I could promise you that the fans will probably love them too. They're energetic. They're going to be really energetic on the sidelines and during games. It's going to be awesome.
Dude, you're gonna get me to cuss on here because that was a bad A answer, man. That was awesome. That was awesome. Um, no, that's a heck of a perspective, man. That's a heck of a perspective. Great answer to that. Great answer to that. Like I said, I know one of the coaches. I got a lot of love for that guy, and yeah, he's definitely an energetic person. So that's awesome, man. That's fantastic. And so it sounds like you've got a lot of positive optimism as you guys move into your team moves into the future. Then,
Oh yeah, these coaches, they, I can tell they want to stick around for a long time, and I think that with them being on this team, it's truly going to change a lot of culture here at Tooele.
that's awesome, dude. That really is awesome because to your point, it's been a rough couple of years, right? And I mentioned it in our football. I don't know what to call it. The football podcast that we did, just basically talking about what you guys had coming up and all that stuff. There's a lot of culture change, the mindset change that needs to kind of happen, I think, with you guys. And it sounds like it's on the right track based off what you're telling me. And it sounds like the people who are there are buying into it, and and it sounds like it's working out. So that's really awesome, man.
Oh yeah, it's really awesome and it's fun.
So you guys will start your season off against Layton this year, a team that equally struggled last year. I think they had the same record, overall record, 4-7, and they didn't win a single region game. So they're obviously looking to bounce back from that, just like you guys are looking to bounce back. What are you hoping to see from yourself heading into this game, but also from your team?
From seeing myself, um, I want to, I really want to put myself out there with a lot of effort. Don't ever um, quit. Looking at their film and stuff, and looking at how they play, I'm super pumped and I'm excited to get into it. These D tackles that I'm going to be going against, I'm I'm preparing myself for a lot of pancakes. Um, I'm ready to get that going, and for my team, you know, um, I think my team's going to do really good. Running back wise, quarterback wise, defensive wise, all amongst the entire team. Um, we are really hungry. Doesn't matter what team we're facing week one, we're hungry. We are ready to go. A couple weeks ago, we scrimmaged Payson in ALA, and in those scrimmages, like, we were aggressive. We were wanting to be the best team out there possible. And I can honestly say I don't think Layton is going to be ready this year. I really don't.
Right on, man. Right on. You know, hey, listen, if there's anybody that's rooting for you guys to have a turnaround season, I can promise you I am on that boat. Okay. Um, I got a lot of love for you guys, and I really want to see great things. I was super disappointed. Not, I don't want to say disappointed. Disappointed is a very bad word to say. I was super, I guess, let down for you guys for the way last season turned out. And so I'm definitely in your guys' corner. And man, I tell you what, I'm really. This is my son's senior year, so like, unfortunately, I'm not going to miss his games. But I can promise you, I'm going to watch back as many of your guys' games as I can because I'm really excited to see what you guys do moving into this next year.
Heck yeah. Let's be awesome.
So, who's been your biggest influence in football? And I think you might have touched on this a little bit earlier, but feel free to elaborate.
Um, my biggest influence is definitely this coaching staff that we've had.
Oh wow,
Um,
okay.
and, you know, previous coaches that I've had too, they've also given me a big influence. And my dad has. He's the one that introduced me into the sport, and he's the reason why I love the sport, along along with my grandpa. My grandpa, as he's getting older, it's getting hard for him to come to my games, and he's also the reason why I really want to push myself to play at a collegiate level. Doesn't matter what level I play at, I really want to push myself to go somewhere. Um, my parents have helped me a lot throughout my years of playing football, and so these coaches that I've had from little league to high school. So I could honestly say it's anybody that's been in my life for this sport.
That's fantastic, man. That truly is fantastic. You've only been with this current staff for a short period of time, and they've clearly made a profound impact on you. And your recognition of that, I think says a lot about not only yourself, but it also says a lot about them. Um, so I think people got a lot to look forward to from the sounds of it. That's fantastic, man. So
Oh yeah,
what?
and
Go ahead.
um, sorry,
No, you're
you should
fine.
even look at our senior spotlights for this year. There's a question on there that says, "Who is a coach or player that influences you the most?" And most of every single player says everyone from our new coaching staff. It's absolutely insane. These coaches, I don't think they realize what they do for us and help us with. They're amazing.
Oh, I think they realize it, but it's definitely one of those things that they're probably not going to admit out because that's not necessary. Like they're doing it for you guys, right? But they're not doing it for the recognition of it. I don't feel like, and I think that's what
Yeah.
makes really awesome coaches is when they're doing it for the right reasons and it's not their own personal recognition. So, you know, I think people know when they're good at stuff. You know what I mean? But the fact that you're highlighting it in the way that you are, and you're saying that your teammates are also highlighting it the way that they are, right? Um, I think that's enough for them personally. You know what I mean? I think that's
Right.
probably enough for them. So, no, it sounds like I feel like I need to go get binoculars or something and go hide out in the bushes and watch your guys' practice or something so I can see what's going on. It sounds like it's a really it sounds like a night and day difference. Really, is what it sounds like.
It really is.
That's fantastic, man. So what game then this season are you looking forward to the most, and why is that?
Um, I'm definitely going to be made fun of for this one, but Ridgeline.
Okay.
Um, the reason why I say Ridgeline is because they're the best team in 4A. They're a top three team, and I'm pumped. I don't care what players they have that are 4 stars, 3 stars. I don't care. I want to go out there, and I know the team also wants to go out there, and even if we lose, keep it a close game. I don't want to lose, but if something happens
Sure.
and we do, keep it a close game. And but I really want to face Ridgeline this year and you know have some fun.
No, I mean, hey, listen, I don't think anybody should make fun. Like, you should always want to beat the best team, man. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? Like, you know who you got, and you know who the top dogs are, and that should be the goal, right? Like, knock them off the throne. That should be the goal. So, no, man,
Right.
I think that's a fantastic game to look forward to. Nobody wants. Why would you look forward to the ones you feel super confident in? I don't know. That's just me personally, I guess. But so
Right.
um, I guess we could probably skip this next question because let's see, was there a player or a coach that you feel was a major factor in helping? Oh yeah, no, we'll stick with it because I think you can give some specifics here. So was there a player or a coach that you feel was a major factor in helping you build your confidence and made you feel like you were part of the team right away with the program? If so, who was that? And if not, are you doing anything to maybe be that person for somebody else now?
Um, I'd probably have to say it'd be my best friend River. River and a bunch of my other friends, um, uh, Morgan, Landon, uh, Gus Remington, Gus Pater. A lot of those guys make every player want to feel welcome, and they've even made me feel welcome and love the team. They've given us, a lot of hope within each other and a lot of accountability for us. And, you know, it's helped a lot of us come through, including myself.
Right on, man. Right on. I almost didn't know if we would be able to do that question because you've already highlighted how impactful this current coaching staff has been. But no, I think that's that's solid, man, because it truly is the people around you that can really make or break you. So, all right, moving on. There are always things to improve, right? No matter what we do. In the comments, you got somebody saying you're going to go 67-0. I like it. I don't know where you're going to get those other 60 games, but sorry, sorry, that caught me off guard. Hey, but there's always things to improve, right? No matter what we do, we can always improve and get better, even if we're already good, right? And what is something that you believe would improve the team overall if you guys implemented it right now?
Well, we've already started implementing it right now. It's our effort, execution, and accountability, and all the. Sorry, it's our execution, accountability, and our effort. They, you know, like I said, us as a leadership, we've really wanted to implement that type of stuff because, like I said, years prior, we've struggled amongst us as a team, amongst us as our own, and um, during practices, like it's definitely changed. Like if you watch practices from last year to this year, everybody wants to be with each other. They want to be a team. We we don't we don't want to be by ourselves in a bad situation, and that's something that we've really implemented a lot this year, and it's changed us so far.
Right on, right on. So every team has, in my opinion at least, every team has a player that is irreplaceable to that team. And most of the time, you're not going to know who they are because they're not showing up on stat lines. Maybe you do, right? That changes, right? Um, but for the most part, you're probably not going to know who they are. But what they bring to the team is irreplaceable. They're a super valuable part of the team. Who on your team, in your opinion, would you say that player is?
I'd say probably Jaden Davis. Freshman year when he passed away, us as a team got together and we wanted to ball out for Jaden. You know, we wanted to go over the limits to, you know, to honor Jaden. He brought us a lot, and he truly made a team a good team. Um, he was there. He always helped one another. He always made sure someone was okay. Freshman year, I blocked for Jaden, and when I had my mess up plays, Jaden was there. I wasn't really close with Jaden, but if I messed up, he was there supporting me. He was there picking my head up. He was there all the time, even through JV games, varsity games. Like he was always that person who you can look out to, and he was just honestly amazing to us all.
Right on, man. Right on. I mean, yeah, I don't think yeah, that's that's a heck of an inspiration, man. And it's kind of like a void that never gets filled, I imagine.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Right on. All right. So who's another player that you think we should be on the lookout for this coming season, or maybe even in the next couple seasons? Maybe it's some young player that you've had the luxury to work with. Who's another player that you think we should be on the lookout for, and why is that?
Um, I actually got two players, if that's okay.
All right. Well, as long as I can write fast enough to keep up.
I'd have to say Luke Dixon and River Molgard.
So Luke Dixon, I'm familiar with. He led you guys in sacks, if I'm not mistaken, last year. He's a heck
Oh,
of a defensive tackle, right?
oh yeah.
Yeah. No, we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on him. I'm definitely looking to see what he does because he did a fantastic job for you guys last year. And who was the other one again?
River Molgard.
River Bowl Guard. All right. So unfamiliar with him. All right. So tell us why. those are your two picks.
Well, Luke Dixon, he already gets that shine. Is being scouted and stuff, but I think he deserves to be scouted even more. He is truly an intense defensive lineman. He, like you said, leads the team in sacks. He's aggressive. He's quick, and he's understanding. He will listen to a coach. He's determined to be better every single day. Um, Dixon is truly, he's helped us as an offensive lineman become more aggressive. And he's
I
definitely helped
imagine.
us as an offensive lineman to get stronger and faster and quicker. And, Dixon's helped a lot with that. Um, and River, he's also he's the left guard this year. He's played left tackle. Um, Previous years, he's number 74. He's a beast on the line. He, you know, he has that mentality that he will not lose, and that's the mentality that I think achieves greatness, in my opinion. And he's dominant on the line. He's determined. He listens to a coach, and he's always there on time, ready to go. And during games, he's intense. He'll get a fire going during the game.
Right on, man. Yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on him. Like I said, Luke was definitely already on our radar over here. He did a lot of great things last year. Definitely excited to see what he's going to do this year. And I'm super excited to see. I'm super excited to see what you guys do as linemen because I mean, you guys had like I think it was like 3 or 4 really good rushers last year, and if I saw the roster correct, is it Clarkson that's going to be the running back for you guys this year?
Yes, Maverick Clarkson.
Okay,
He's
yeah,
he's one of our running backs.
and if I'm not mistaken, he was actually listed as a receiver last year, but I kind of thought that he was probably going to be your guys' rusher. He seems to be really capable too, and so I'm super excited to see what you guys do with maybe a few less running backs because I don't know how deep you guys are at the running back position, but assuming it's not as deep going into this year, I'm really excited to see what you guys do with that, and it sounds like you guys are going to do pretty good with what you're saying. It sounds like you guys are going to do pretty good with that.
Oh yeah.
So if you could send advice to any player looking to be successful, what would that advice be?
In order to win, you need to learn how to lose. Um, because, and in my eyes, I like that quote because when you lose, you learn how to fix it. You learn how to achieve greatness out of it, and that's what's going to help you to win. So I've kind of used that quote amongst my senior spotlight, um, and in between myself because I even when I fail at practice, I have to remind myself like, hey, even though you fail, you'll achieve greatness because you're going to learn from it and you're going to fix it.
Right on, right on. No, you're absolutely right, man. I mean, there's lessons learned in everything that we do, and unfortunately, some of us get more of those lessons than we wish we would have sometimes, right? But at the end of the day, they teach you something nonetheless. So you should definitely hold on to that, man. Definitely hold on to it. You'll go a long way with it for sure.
Oh yeah.
So one of our goals here at USB is to get people out to watch you guys play. Um, that's the biggest thing that I try to do. Just get people out there and see you guys play and get invested in you guys, regardless of the sport or the program. I just try to get people out to see what you guys are doing and be a part of the community, right? So if you could send a message to that community, what would that message be?
Be patient with the process. It's brand new coaching staff, brand new year, brand new offense. We want the fans to be patient with what the coaches are gonna bring to the team. Um, um, I really do think that they should expect greatness from us. I really do because with like how our practices are moving and how our team's looking, I would 100% say the community is definitely going to be excited for us, and you know we're definitely going to get more fans to come out and watch us.
I sure hope so, man, and I hope that we're able to help get as many people there on top of whatever you guys are doing, man. Because I truly think, for first of all, if you like sports, it's the cheapest thing that you could do. You don't have to drive to the valley and pay $300 for some lousy popcorn and terrible seats, right? You literally go in your own communities. There's stuff going on all the time.
Right.
So I definitely feel like it's the cheapest and best thing that people can do. So yeah, man, I know we're excited here, and based off your guys' social media presence as a team and stuff like that, I think you guys are going to do pretty good getting some more people out there, and hopefully, like you said, they are patient, and if they're not, I mean, I guess do your best to tune them out. But yeah, yeah, we won't. We'll leave that one alone. So obviously, you guys still have a whole season, right, to make memories. You got a lot of games upcoming. There's going to be a lot of things that happen between now and the end of this season, right? But what is something that has happened already that you think will stick with you for life?
Um, I don't know, to be honest. Um, I've made so many great memories that I probably couldn't even pick one to say. There's a lot, and you know what I can say is, yes, we had our arguments, yes, we've had troubles, but I think the brotherhood has stuck with me. Um, what we do off the field as a team, and what we do on the field as a team, and I think that would probably be something that will stick for my life is the brotherhood that I've I've bonded with and created and joined with.
Right on, man. Do you have like a bonehead moment? Like one time, my son's probably gonna be mad at me for this, but my oldest son, one time they got all the way to Manti one time, and he forgot his game pants. He was young. He was young in his career, but real bonehead move. Do you have anything like that that you're just like it sticks with you, and you will never make that mistake again, type thing?
Oh shoot, I apologize. Sorry. Um, I want to say it was my sophomore year. Um, we were on the way to Timpanogos, and this was a JV game. We were on our way to Timpanogos, and someone forgot their girdle. And I remember, who was it? One of my coaches. I don't remember who it was, but one of my coaches got so pissed that when we got back from that game and it was that Monday practice, we had to do suicides because of it. And because that has happened, every time we got on a bus that year, like some of us players were like interrogating other people, like, "Did you bring your girdle? Did you bring your girdle?" Or and stuff like that. And he also forgot his jersey that day too. So it was we were all terrified for the rest of the season about bringing our stuff.
Do you find it weird having to ask somebody if they brought their underwear? Because that's essentially what it is, right?
Kinda, yeah.
Right on, man. Right on. So, so what are your personal goals this season on the field and off the field?
Um, Personal goals. I'd probably have to say college scouts. One of my goals, like I said, is to go play at a collegiate level. And so far, I've been getting some pretty good scouts from Rockford, Kansas, Wesleyan, Southern Virginia, and
Nice.
a little bit of Weber State. And so I'm hoping that I can gain uh, gain like more film and um, stuff like that to proceed
More things
that
to
level.
showcase yourself.
Yeah, showcase myself.
Okay. Right on, man. Heck yeah. What about off the field? What are your goals this year off the field? What are you trying to do just for yourself that's not football related?
Um, I don't know, to be honest. Probably personal goals off the field. Um, I don't
Do
know.
you
I haven't really thought about that one.
do you just eat, sleep, and breathe football like you? You sleep in your helmet with the ball duct taped to your hands or something, or what?
I've done that once when I was really young. I probably, you know, just work on as many like Volkswagens and square body trucks I can. Probably that would probably be my best one. Go out and do a lot of things, hang out with a lot of people, um, and create memories from there.
Enjoy the moments while they last. I like it, man.
Yep.
So what's the dream then? Where does football take you in your dream scenario? What's the overall dream? I know you said collegiate level, but like where's the ultimate dream?
Ultimate dream. I think every football player dreams to go to the NFL. You know, NFL, UFL. Everyone dreams to go up there, and that was one of mine.
And if you can make it that far, where are you trying to go? Now I'm curious.
If I can make it to the NFL, I'd probably say, hopefully, make the Broncos.
Oh man, we might have to end this interview.
Oh, Denver, go Bo
Dang.
Nix.
Oh man. Oh man. No, that's awesome, man. Hey, keep that dream. Keep that dream in your forward facing window, man, because as long as you keep envisioning it, anything's possible, bro. So definitely keep that there. I'll reluctantly root for you if you make it to the Broncos, but I will root for you nonetheless. Okay. So one of my new favorite questions that I like to ask players is I want you guys to send a message to your team, right? Especially as we start gearing up for this season. I want you to motivate and inspire the guys to be the best they can this upcoming season. What is that message?
Win or lose, we're a team. We're, win or lose, we're a team, and that should not change. Even if we lose, we just got to come back and make ourselves better every day, every week, every month. Make ourselves better. Yes, we've lost the first round of playoffs these past 2 years, but how about we make it to a championship game this year and amongst forward years for all my brothers that are, juniors, sophomores, and freshmen. You know, don't quit and just give it all you have because it will go quick. Sometimes I sit there and think about freshman year, feeling like it was last year, but it goes by really quick. And I used to believe, like, when coaches and people would say, "Oh, your 4 years will go quick," I never believed it until now. So
Yeah, it's
enjoy it
crazy
while it
how
lasts.
that happens. It's crazy how that happens, huh? No, man, that's awesome. Um, definitely a good message, and just so you know, nobody in the chat is supporting your Broncos. By the way, nobody.
Oh
Just
gosh.
just
Oh
so you
gosh.
know, just so you know. I, I know you're on a high level right now. Just trying to bring you down a peg or two. Okay. Nobody's supporting the Broncos, but we will definitely support you if you make it there. Um, and we hope that you do, man. We hope that you do. So, do you have any final thoughts? Maybe something that we missed that you think we should cover, or something about yourself or your team that you think people should know.
Yeah. First and foremost, I hope you're not a Raiders fan or a Chiefs fan.
Neither one of those.
Okay,
It can
good.
slightly
What's
be
your
a little
team?
worse. It can slightly be a little worse depending on what era you grew up in. I'm a Cowboys fan, man. So,
Oh my gosh. Okay.
but but hey, listen. In my defense, I was 7 years old when they were actually winning, and that's why I became a fan. So,
Okay, that's fair. That's
and
fair.
I've stuck with them reluctantly. I've stuck with them for the last, I don't know, what is it, like 30 years that they've sucked. So yeah,
First sound like this every year.
yeah, no, but at least I'll admit it. You Broncos fans, you guys still think Elway's out there making things happen. I guess. Just kidding, man. All right, so sorry. Move on with your comment.
Um, no, I think everything's covered. I just think people should be excited for this upcoming year. It probably will be a tiny bit slow, but amongst future years, I think that people should definitely be excited. This coaching staff and these upcoming players that are coming up to this next level, people should be excited for them. They're going to bring a lot of greatness to Tooele High and restore what Tooele once was back in 2002 and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, listen, I mean, I was there for that. It was short-lived. We did really good. They did really good, but it was kind of short-lived because that's, if I recall correctly, that's when the classing changed a little bit too. So we went from 3A to 4A. It was kind of a mess after that for a little while.
Yeah.
But no, man, and that's super exciting, dude. I, I know that I'm excited for it, but I think you guys getting out there, you guys saying stuff like this, I think it's really going to inspire a lot of other people, man. And hopefully, what it does is it inspires people to want to follow in your guys' footsteps more than anything, right? I mean, in a lot of ways, you're kind of building the foundation for what could be, right? And hopefully, it inspires people to want to actively pursue following in your guys' footsteps and make it great. That's hopefully what happens for you guys. And it sounds like you're on the right path, man. It sounds like you've got a solid head on your shoulders. That you've got a vision. You're very aware of the situation that you guys have been in and where you're going now. It seems like so fantastic, man, fantastic. And we will definitely be supporting you guys from our corner of the world over here. And I I will get to probably a lot of the JV games. I'm going to go to as many of the JV games for every school as I can. It's the varsity games that I'm going to have a hard time getting to. But I definitely want to shout out some of those younger players. So definitely when you get back to your practice, tell them to bring it, man, and we will do our best to show them as much love as we can. Um, and that goes for every school. But yeah, man, that's the goal here, and I hope what you're envisioning happens, man. I really do.
And I'm excited with what these coaches, like I said, with what these coaches are bringing to the table, and what their expectations are for the team, and us as a team meeting those expectations. I think people should definitely be excited.
All right. Well, hey, listen, everybody, you guys heard it. Ryker, man, I want to thank you for doing this interview. It went a little bit longer than I thought it was going to go, so I hope you're okay.
Great.
Definitely get some rest in you, some food and water and stuff like that. And your guys' opening little kickoff game is it Wednesday or Thursday? Can't remember. No,
it's a Friday.
Yeah, you guys are Friday. You guys are the same day as Grantsville. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, listen, everybody. If you don't know about that, get out there. Those games are usually free. It's just a little scrimmage game. Get out there, meet the team, see what they got going on. Get excited for the season. Make sure you guys get out there and do that. Ryker, again, thank you for doing this interview, man. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure getting to know you and talk to you, man. You sound like a phenomenal young man, and I think the sky's the limit for you. I think as long as you keep it in, keep that vision going. So, thank you again.
Thank
seriously.
you. Thank you for having me on this podcast.
Yeah, anytime. Hey, you want to come back? You know how to contact me. Let me know. All right. We'll do it anytime you want, man. I enjoy doing this, and it's great to hear that you guys enjoy it too. So, thank you again.
Thank you.
All right, man. We will talk to you later, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, man. Bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody. That was Ryker Ballard, number 52. Fantastic interview from that young man. A lot to be excited for, I think, if you are a Tooele Buffaloes fan, or if you're in the area, definitely get out there and show these guys some love, man. They've struggled a little bit, but it sounds like it's a fresh new start for them in a lot of ways. So do your best, get out there and support these guys. Really, I don't think you guys realize how much they appreciate it. So get out there, be rowdy, cheer them on, be in their corner. All those things apply. Again, at the bottom of the screen, we've got the upcoming stuff that we're doing here. The only caveat to that is tomorrow's interview with Grantsville receiver Jackson Jensen. I am going to have to push an additional day because I double booked myself like a rookie. Okay, but we will get him in on Thursday as long as he's available, of course. And then obviously for Tooele, we've got Coach Tooele on Saturday, 6 p.m. I can't wait to talk to that gentleman. I got to work on some solid questions for him. You know, I got to put him through the ringer a little bit. I don't know if I'm up for the task, but we will definitely do our best. So definitely be on the lookout for these interviews we got coming up. Friday, it'll probably be midday. It won't be as early because there's a lot going on Friday for us. But we might have our first ever multiple player interview. We're working it right now. I'm hoping that it comes to fruition. It's going to be a good time, I think. So definitely pay attention. Follow, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You'll get the alerts. I make the lives ahead of time. But thank you everybody for your support. Seriously, I greatly appreciate it because it's getting them the support, and that's what I like. So keep supporting these amazing athletes. These good people. Get out of your houses, go see a game. It ain't going to kill you. The hot dog's not the worst thing that you've ever eaten in your life. You'll be fine. Get out there, have a great time, and just support these programs. Don't worry about the school that you're supporting. That part of it's irrelevant. Go support these young athletes, man, seriously. And I hope that you guys will do that. Get your neighbors, knock on their doors. Who cares? Maybe it gives you a reason to go meet your neighbors if you don't already know them. All right. But get them to these games, get yourself to these games. That's going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you for being here. Truly, best interview I've ever heard in the comments there. Hey, it was pretty dang good. Not gonna lie. It was a pretty dang good one. So, thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate it. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their night. Get some sleep, hydrate, all those things. If you haven't eaten already, go eat. All right, get your life together. But hey, until next time, guys, please take care of yourself. Please take care of each other. And until next time, I'll see you at the games.